Hello and welcome to Cycle 2 Science, Classical Conversations. This is an introduction into our science labs for astronomy and physics for 2019-2020. I am not employed by Classical Conversations. I am a parent with a kindergartner this year. We did our first year last year and I was asked to step in and help set up the science labs. And I absolutely fell in love with it. And so I have taken on that role again this year, and I wanted to make this video for our tutors, and then some of you that have started following me or met me at Practicum and had mentioned my videos, thank you for your vote of confidence in what I do. My role is to support our tutors. So what I do is I set up our science lab every week. I have made a science binder that has all of our materials in it for our tutors to share as each class comes into the science room. And then I make sure that we have all of the materials that we need for each week. So I wanted to just do an introduction video to let you know how I'm approaching science this year and what I have for you. If you were a tutor last year with us, then you're already familiar with my science binder, but I have prepared again a science binder for cycle 2. In our science binder, the front of it has our scientific method on it. Inside of our tutor binder again this year will be my lab page. There'll be extra visuals. This one is for studying satellites, and so I have a picture of a satellite in here showing all the different parts of that. But this year, each week follows the same format, so it should be easy for our tutors to follow. So I went to Practicum for the first time this year, which was awesome. And I started making notes for my science binder, my science videos this year, because I learned so much at Practicum that I felt just went hand in hand with how we do our science. First off was question everything. It's the first step in the scientific method. And if we do nothing but sit around during science lab answering questions and having discussions with our kids, then we've had a successful science lab. My outlines, the extra supplementals that I have in the binder, you absolutely will not get to everything. We have such a short amount of time for a science lab, but as long as we pique their curiosity, give them the tools to find out the answers at home, then we have done our job. Secondly, we want to clearly define what the objectives are. We don't want to just go in, do the science lab, and talk about it. We want to actually give them an objective. So in all of the outlines that I've done for this year, I have a clear objective for that lab. So if we only talk about the objective, then that's great. If we're talking about the weather outside or the basketball game that's coming up at lunch, then we've missed our objective. Thirdly, looking at circumstances and relationships. Some weeks we may look at why is this true? What was going on during history during this time period? Just these little pegs of recall, memory work, and perspective. How do we know that Saturn has rings? Who discovered Saturn's rings? What was going on during the time period? Was this something that everyone believed was true, or was this a radical idea? So now I'm going to give you an overview of what our Cycle 2 Science Lab is going to look like. For half of the year, we are going to be questioning, and then for the other half of the year, we're going to be doing. And these are divided up into 4 different sections. So weeks 1 through 6, these are going to start our labs out with the scientific method, and we're going to be studying astronomy, more specifically astrophysics, the how and why of how things work. Gravity, orbits, Saturn's rings, really interesting to me. Introduction to astrophysics. We will move on from that weeks 7 through 12, so that'll get us to the end of fall semester, on the doing labs. And this is when we're going to be focusing on naming, attending, and expressing during those weeks. At the end of the fall semester, we will start back up weeks 13 through 18. We refocus back on the scientific method. And then weeks 19 through 24 are our doing labs in physics. And these I think I'm the most excited about. We're going to be having paper airplane contests. We're going to be dropping eggs off of staircases. And this is all going to culminate. Week 24, we have a physics field day. So in my mind, it's a beautiful summer day. We have Kona Ice Truck out again, and we've got the kids having paper airplane contests, launching rockets, dropping eggs off the building. Sounds like a great day. So each week I'm going to send you out an email with the tutor binder print off attached to that email. These will all be in the binder. You do not need to print these off, but if you want to be able to look at it ahead of time, kind of see what the outline is going to be. This year is not as video intensive. I've spent a lot of the summer prepping each page for the binder with detailed instructions. There are a few weeks that are definitely going to warrant an extra video, and so I will be making those and sending out the link for you. But for a lot of things like making a proportional solar system or making constellations, I will send you an existing YouTube video link for those if you want to look it over, get some extra ideas, but it doesn't really warrant making an additional video to be redundant. So again, I'm excited about this year and I look forward to sharing it with you. Thanks.